Hey guys, I want to cover this new concept because this is huge. With the evolution of content, the way we're doing it now, a couple of things are very evident. So the first one is this. We have always used to use cities as a way to give ourselves more room for variability. But the fact of the matter is, with the new method of doing content, we don't need to do that anymore. So if a project is about just selling a product or service, and it's not about applicable cities, we can make projects with lots and lots of pages that are totally unique, that are very good for the project, without trying to come up with a good excuse to include cities. Now, it was always kind of cool. There's still something to think about as a strategy. If you're competing nationwide, coast to coast, right? And you create, and you've got competitors who are huge, and you want to compete with those competitors head on, that's often pretty hard. But that's because they really built themselves up over the course of time doing what they're doing. So strategically, we said this. Since Google likes to serve local pages first, let's make pages for Chicago for our thing to sell, and pages for Denver, San Francisco, and so on. And then the idea is whoever's in those areas doing a search for this big concept, Google's going to match. You go, oh, I've got pages over here for you. And then over here, I got pages for you too. Over here, I got pages for you too. Ultimately, if theoretically, if you do like all the metro areas, there's like 400 major areas in the U.S. metro areas. So if we did like a 400-page run, and we had pages for each of those areas, okay, theoretically, that means competing nationwide anyway, but doing it on a local scale. So it's the whole thing about think local, act global. So what you're doing is competing globally by competing locally. Okay, it's very powerful. So just because we can create pages that don't use cities, or don't need to rather, doesn't mean that it's just better to not use cities. Fact of the matter is, if we want to compete head on with these guys without using that sneaky little trick, which is a great way to pierce, then we have to compete with them head on. So let's be realistic about the expectations. Again, that's why I say give me a call with questions about your project, because we can look things up. We can find out what it takes to compete. Okay, just wanted to make that point because it's pretty important.